Lindsay Stevens gets the ball to Carly Granum on the tip. Cassie Rodden has the ball over on the right wing, dribbles onto the top of the key. Passes it over to Granum. Granum drives into the paint, kicks it out to Lindsay Stevens for three. And it's good! Nice pass from Granum. A good shot from Stevens. Sioux Valley in a full court press now. Pressing to try to generate some turnovers. DeSmet gets the ball down low to number 34, Autumn Wilkinson, and she scores a two. DeSmet in a full court type of press. Kenzie Blues pressing Rodden. Granum for three, just a little long. Almost gets her own rebound down to the ground, but Stevens is able to get it, kicks it back out to Rodden. Rodden's going to dribble over to the right of the wing, pass it to Stevens. Stevens looking inside, stops at the free throw line, kicks it back out. Rachel Miller down low to Rodden. Miller in the paint, back out to Stevens. Stevens drives into the lane, puts up a tough shot. It was partially blocked by Poppin. DeSmet has the ball across the half-court line. Kick out to Gianna Jensen. Over to Autumn Wilkinson. Wilkinson at the top of the key, kicks it back out to Poppin. Poppin gets it to Ostis, who's going to set up the offense right about the half-court line there. She dribbles into the paint, goes up left hand, puts a shot up, and it rolls around and does no good. Rebound. Kind of a scramble, but Wilkinson's able to get it, or Jensen's able to get it. Ostis dribbles into the paint, kicks it back out to Blue, and they're going to try to set up a different type of offense. Kenzie Blue has the ball. She gets it to Poppin. Poppin back to Ostis. Ostis over to Wilkinson. Wilkinson drives to her right into the paint. Ball goes off of Mike and Vincent. It'll still be DeSmet basketball with 11 seconds on the shot clock. The shot earlier rolled around the rim about twice before it went out. Ostis has the ball now, guarded by Rodden. Kick out. Poppin has it over on the left, or Blue has it on the left. She drove into the lane. Shot was too strong. Rebound by Poppin, who was fouled. We'll see who the foul was on. That foul was on Lindsay Stevens. Should be a shooting foul. Poppin will get a chance at a couple of easy ones here. She makes the first one. So rebounding seems to be a scramble so far down low. That height might... second shot's too good, or no good. Too long. Rebound by Stevens. She gets it to Rodden, who will bring it across the half-court line. Dribble into the paint, kick it out to Miller. Miller's going to drive. Kick it back out to Stevens. Stevens going to drive on the left side of the paint. Kick it back out to Miller. Miller is at the top of the key, unguarded basically. She drives into the paint, passes it to Granum. Granum to Rodden. Rodden back to Granum. Granum driving into the paint, kicks it out to Stevens. Stevens drives into the paint, back out to Rodden. Rodden in the paint, left-handed shot goes up, and she was fouled. The shot was no good, but she was fouled by Ren Ostis. So Rodden will get a chance at a couple of free throws. First one's good. Makes your score 4-3. Sioux Valley leads this game. Rodden's second shot is up, and that's good too. 5-3 with 5:18 to go in the first quarter. Sioux Valley in a full court press. Blue with the ball, passes it to Wilkinson. Back to Blue, who dribbles across the half-court line, dribbles all the way down into the right baseline. She's triple teamed. Can't get rid of the ball. She is able to get it to Ostis just under the 5-second time. So now Ostis is going to set up the offense. She gets it to Wilkinson on the left wing. Over to Poppin on the top of the key. Poppin to Blue. Blue looking down low, nothing. Kicks it back out to Jensen. Jensen down low to Poppin. Puts up a 5-foot shot from about the block on the right side. Here's Rodden, passes it to Stevens. Stevens drives into the paint. Double team, pulls up. Nice little reverse move with her right hand. She puts a shot up and in, and it's good. Breaking the press is DeSmet. Wilkinson is able to get an easy layup as they just baseball passed it over the defense. She was able to break free and get an open look. Vincent over on the left wing now. Gets it to Miller, to Stevens, to Rodden. Rodden to Granum. Granum over to Rodden. Rodden dribbles into the paint, stops, kicks back out to Miller from the left baseline. Shot's no good. Rebound by Blue. Blue's going to dribble up the court. She stops about the top of the key and gets the ball back to Ostis. Ostis sets up the offense. Pass to Blue. Down low to Wilkinson, who's fouled. Not sure if she was fouled when she went up for the shot. Fouls on Vincent. Tie ball game here with 3:35 to go. It's a non-shooting foul, so DeSmet will have the ball underneath their own basket. 3 from Blue. Shot's no good. Rebound by Vincent. Vincent will bring the ball. Launches it down the floor to Stevens. Stevens to Granum. Granum. Shot was partially blocked on the layup. DeSmet's going to do the same. Here's Blue dribbling into the paint. Goes up against Vincent. Puts up a wild shot. Rebound by Jensen. Back out to Ostis. Ostis puts up a wild shot. Rebound on the floor. Blue has it at the top of the key. Gets it to Ostis, and they have a fresh shot clock with 3:07 to go. It's tied up 7-7. Blue on the right wing. Tries to get the ball inside through a cutting Wilkinson. Here's Jensen. Jensen down low to Poppin. Pass is deflected off of Poppin and goes out of bounds. It'll be Sioux Valley basketball. Tie ball game here in the first quarter with 2:54 to go. It's 7-7. Rodden's going to dribble across the half-court line, pass the ball to Stevens. Stevens gets the ball to Granum. She steps back for 3, and that's good. Full court man-to-man press now. Granum guarding Blue. Blue dribbles over to the right wing, stops her dribble, gets it back out to Ostis. Pick from Poppin. Gets the ball to Jensen. Ostis at the top of the key, makes a move into the paint, kicks it back out to Blue for 3 from the right baseline. That's good. Tie ball game, 10-10. We got a timeout on the floor. We'll take a timeout too. We'll be back in a minute. You're listening to Sioux Valley basketball on B93.7. Back to the action here at the Cossack Center. Rodden has the ball. She gets it back out to Stevens. Stevens drives into the paint, kicks it back out to Rodden. Rodden drives to her left, puts up a shot. It's no good. Rebound by Rodden. She tried to pass it down to Miller, but it was picked off by Poppin. Poppin tried to get the ball out in the head to Jensen, but she threw it too far ahead of her and threw it out of bounds. So it'll be Sioux Valley basketball with 1:42 to go. We got a tie ball game, 10-10. Rodden has the basketball now, directing the offense. As they get set up, here's Miller over on the right wing. Down low was Granum, but she missed her. Vincent, Rodden's going to drive into the lane. Kick it back out to Vincent. Does the same, she's double teamed. Rodden has the ball, passes it to Stevens. Stevens back out to Rodden. Rodden has the ball at the top of the key, passes it to Vincent. Vincent to Rodden. Rodden drives into the paint, kicks it back out to Stevens. Stevens shoots a three-pointer. No good. Rebound by Poppin. Poppin to Wilkinson. Wilkinson's going to drive down to the right and kick it back out to the top of the key to Ostis. She's going to drive into the paint, pass the ball out to Jensen. Jensen to Blue. Blue passes it to Poppin. Poppin's going to drive into the lane against Vincent, puts a shot up, and that's good. 43 seconds to go. That gives DeSmet a 2-point lead. It's 10-12. Rodden's going to bring the ball up the court. Coach Granum shouting out some instructions here. Stevens has the ball at the top. Oh, Granum at the top of the key for three. No good. Rebound by Poppin. Poppin, baseball throw down to Wilkinson. Wilkinson up against Vincent. She stops, gets the ball back out to Blue, to Ostis. Coach Ostis shouting out some instructions for DeSmet. It's 13 seconds to go. Probably looking for a last shot here at the end of the quarter to extend their lead. Ostis on the right wing gets it to Jensen. Over to Blue for three from the left baseline. In and out, no good. Rebound by Miller. 1 second to go. Rodden launches down the court, and that's no good. So our score after one quarter is 10-12. The DeSmet Bulldogs lead the Cossacks after one quarter. You're listening to Sioux Valley Basketball. We'll be back in a minute on B93.7. Coming out of the quarter break here at the Cossack Center as DeSmet has pulled out to a 2-point lead. It's 10-12 going into the second quarter. Wilkinson inbounds the ball to number 12 who checked into the game for DeSmet. That is Raina Beck. She gets the ball to Wilkinson at the top, at about 15 feet. She takes a shot and misses it. Rebound by Vincent. Reagan Burke checked into the game too. Granum and Stevens. Stevens to the top of the key to Vincent. To Rodden. Rodden drives into the paint, kicks it back out to Vincent. Vincent drives into the lane. Left-handed shot is good. Nice drive by Vincent. Nice move on the left hand, too, to be able to put that shot up. Reagan Burke had the ball over on the right wing, and she traveled. That'll be a turnover on DeSmet. So we've got a tie ball game now. It's 12-12. With 7:21 to go in the second quarter. Granum has the ball now at the top of the key. She's directing the offense here. Looking to get her open for three. Passes it back out to Miller at the top of the key. Over to Vincent. Over to Stevens. Stevens drives into the lane. Kicks it back out to Vincent. Vincent back to Stevens. Stevens in the lane. Puts up a shot. Contested. It's no good. Rebound by Beck. Beck will bring the ball up the court. Passes it to Wilkinson. Trying to get the ball down low to Poppin. Poppin puts up a right-handed shot. No good. Rebound by Stevens. Stevens is going to run the fast break. 1-on-3. She goes up against Beck. And that shot is good. Coast to coast from Lindsay Stevens. All the way down the court. She saw an opening and she made it happen. Wilkinson over to Burke. Burke on the left wing passes it to Beck over on the other side of the court. Beck. Granum giving Beck plenty of room. Burke has the ball now. She gets it back to Beck. Beck's going to dribble into the lane. Over onto the right baseline. Crosses over. Here's Burke for three. Short. Rebound by Granum. Granum's going to bring the ball down the court. Gets a pick from it. He drives into the lane. Kicks it over to Miller. Miller back out to Rodden. Rodden into the paint. Drives back out. Going to start the offense over again. Stevens has it on the right wing. Oh, tried to pass the ball down low to Vincent. Went off the back of the Reagan Burke, I believe. And it'll still be Sioux Valley basketball. Fired that ball inside, and nobody expected that pass at all. Down low to Stevens on the inbounds play. Nice play. Easy look for Stevens on that play. Gives Sioux Valley a 4-point lead, 16-12. Sioux Valley in the full court press. Poppin had to come all the way across the court to help out. Here's Beck at the top of the key. Guarded by Granum. Gets it back out to Burke. Burke guarded by Granum. Over to Ostis, who's guarded by Rodden. Trying to set things up. To get the ball to Wilkinson, guarded by Miller. Pick from Poppin. Out to Burke for three. Shots long. Goes out of bounds. Be Sioux Valley basketball. Blue comes back into the game. Jensen comes back into the game for DeSmet. Miller gets the ball to Rodden. Rodden's going to bring the ball up the court. So we're going to go into a motion offense. Here's Granum, the top of the key. Passes it to Miller. Miller tries to get it to Stevens. It's knocked away by Blue. Back out to Rodden. Rodden into the paint. Over to Stevens. Stevens going to drive into the paint. It's a shot up. And Poppin drew the charge. And that'll be a foul on Stevens. We're going to call her for charging. She drew the contact, but Poppin had her, was set in her defensive stance. Full court press applied on the inbounds pass. Fades away back into the half court defense. Wilkinson has the ball. Drives over to the left side of the court. Passes out to Blue. Tries to get the ball down low to Jensen. Jensen with a nice pass down low to Poppin. 16-14 with 4:23 to go. Rodden will bring the ball up the court. Looks to drive into the paint. Granum has it over on the right wing. Passes it to Vincent at the top of the key. Vincent looking to get some action. Here's Miller down low. Miller didn't want the shot. Packs it back out to Stevens. Stevens back to Rodden for three. Ball's up over the top of the backboard. It'll be DeSmet basketball. 4:01 to go. 16-14 is your score. DeSmet will inbounds the basket. Get the ball to Ostis, who's going to drive down the left wing, and she was pushed a little bit by Cassie Rodden. They're going to call her for the foul. It's a non-shooting foul. That is the fourth team foul for the Cossacks, only one compared to DeSmet. Ball's launched all the way across the court to Jensen. Down low to Poppin. Poppin puts up a shot, and it's good. Tie ball game, 3:49 to go, 16-16. We'll see if the Cossacks can answer. Here's Rodden. Dribbling over into the left wing. Guarded by Wilkinson, gets a pick from Granum. Tried to pass to Granum, who was able to find the ball. Gets it back to Rodden. Rodden into the paint. Rodden finds Miller down low. Wilkinson saves it, gets it to Poppin, who gets it to Ostis. Ostis all the way over to Blue, who's over driving into the paint. Guarded by Granum. Gets it to Poppin, drives into the paint, back out to Blue. Little 15-foot jump shot's no good. Rebound by Stevens. Stevens gets the ball out to Granum. Granum to Vincent for three. In and out. Rebound by Poppin. Poppin to Wilkinson. Wilkinson's looking to drive into the paint. Kicks it back out to Blue. Blue to Poppin. Poppin to Ostis at the top of the key. Setting up the offense. Ostis has a three-point shot. Misses it. Rebound by Stevens. Stevens trying to catch the defense off guard. She gets dribbles all the way down to the three-point line. Gets it to Rodden at the top of the key. Right at about the logo at half court. Stevens drives in. Gets the ball back out to Granum. Granum back out to Stevens. Stevens to Rodden. Rodden drives into the paint. Tries to pass it to Miller. It's knocked away by Poppin. Blue has the ball. Passes it up to Jensen. Jensen's going to drive onto the baseline. Kicks it back out to Blue. Blue to Ostis at the top. Going to slow things down. Send something up. Ostis gets it to Jensen. Jensen kicks it back out to Blue, who's wide open for three. And she makes it from the right baseline. She wasn't sure if she wanted to take the shot or not, but she did. And she was able to make that. And we got a timeout on the floor, so we'll take a timeout too. We'll be back in 1 minute. You're listening to Sioux Valley Basketball on B93.7.
Full timeout, Sioux Valley.
We're going to take a timeout too. You're listening to Sioux Valley Basketball on B93.7. Back to the action at Sioux Valley Basketball. They are down by 3 after that three-pointer by Blue. It's 16-19. 1:47 to go. Grantham has the ball at about half court. She gets the ball to Miller. Miller gets the ball to Grantham for 3. We're going to call Grantham for a travel as she set up for a shot. Took a little extra hop, it looked like, and they caught her. Full court press from Sioux Valley. Looking for the trap over in the corner against Blue. Grantham gets the ball, or Blue gets the ball to Poppin. Poppin gets the ball to Ostis. Ostis guarded by Rodden. Gets the ball over to Blue over on the right wing, guarded by Vincent. Vincent tips the pass away, and Lindsay Stevens able to get that over before it goes out of bounds. Grantham has the ball. Back to Stevens. Stevens guarded by Blue. She gets into the paint. Passes it to Rodden. Rodden dribbles into the paint. Kicks back out to Stevens for 3. No good. Rebound by Vincent. Vincent dribbles back out to the left wing. Looking for help. She tries to get it to Rodden. Passes just a little bit off. And that was gathered up by Wilkinson. Ostis long pass all the way down to Blue over on the left wing. Gets it back to Ostis. The top of the key. Poppin to Ostis. Ostis to Blue. Blue's going to dribble around the free throw line over onto the right block. Gets it back to Wilkinson. Blue takes a shot. It's no good. Going to call a foul, I think, on Rin Ostis with a push from behind on that rebound on Rodden. Into the game is Raina Beck for DeSmet. No substitutions yet for Sioux Valley. Again, Sioux Valley's conditioning is just outstanding. There's 25 seconds to go. It's 16-19 here in the first half of the game. Miller has the ball on the right. She gets the ball down low to Stevens. Back to Miller. Miller over to Rodden. Rodden to Stevens. Stevens makes a move in the paint. She got caught up with Poppin, and they call her for a travel. Into the game is Burke. And number 20 for Sioux Valley is Raylan Willis. Burke has the ball. 3 seconds to go. They're trying to get the ball to Jensen. Underneath the basket is Poppin. Had an easy layup cutting into the basket. We're going to look, see if the shot is good. Seems to be some contention out here on the floor. They're going to check to see if she actually got that shot off. That shot's no good. They waved the shot off. So it's 16-19. The DeSmet crowd is letting them know it. But I think that's the right call. The red shot, you could see the red plainly behind there as it was still in her hand as she went. So it was a good call by the refs and a good conversation, teamwork by the referees to get that call right. So it's 16-19 at halftime. We're going to take a 3-minute break, and we'll be back to talk a little bit about the game. You're listening to Sioux Valley Basketball on B93.7. Welcome back to the Cossack Center as we are at halftime here in our matchup between the Sioux Valley Cossack girls and the DeSmet Lady Bulldogs. The score at halftime is 19 DeSmet to 16 for Sioux Valley, and the difference in the game so far has been the post play of Kristen Poppin, who's been able to get down low and have a lot of easy shots. They found her cutting into the basket through the lane, and she's been able to generate 9 points so far for DeSmet. Also, they've got some outside shooting from Kenzie Blue, who has made 2 3-pointers for them to have 6 points, and Autumn Wilkinson is able to have 4 points in this game as well. The bulk of the scoring for the Sioux Valley girls has been Lindsay Stevens with 1 3-pointer and 6 points from inside. So she has 9 points overall to lead the way for the Cossacks. Followed by Carly Granum, who has 1 3-pointer, Mike and Vincent with 2 points, and Cassie Rodden with a couple of free throws rounds out the scoring for the Cossack girls. So you can see that it's kind of a defensive game here so far, 16 to 19, low scoring affair, and not really a lot of missed shots, just burning down the shot clock and looking for the shot that they really want out there. So both teams are trying to dictate the pace of the game, and it's a really, really close game, 19 to 16. It's been back and forth, a couple of lead changes. I haven't really kept track of the running total here so far, but I've been able to see that the difference in the game has been, again, the down low post play of Kristen Poppin for DeSmet. Again, she has 9 points, but she's been able to get most of those 9 points from a lot of easy looks in and around the basket. She hasn't had to take any shot really further away than 5 feet from the looks of it. So we'll see how things change in the second half here, as once again we've got a score of 19 to 16. The DeSmet Lady Bulldogs lead the Sioux Valley Cossacks. We're going to take another 3-minute break, and we should be pretty close to being back to the action here at the Cossack Center. So once again, we'll be back in 3 minutes. You're listening to Sioux Valley Basketball on B93.7. back at the Cossack Center in our matchup between the DeSmet Lady Bulldogs and the Sioux Valley Cossack girls. DeSmet leads this contest 19-16 in a defensive affair and a ball control type of offense too. So it's come down to Poppin scoring 9 points for DeSmet down low, and Lindsay Stevens doing the bulk of the scoring with 9 points for Sioux Valley. Little score update for you at in the second half. As of about 5 minutes ago, the Jackrabbits lead UNO 62-43 with the majority of their points coming in the paint. Rebounds are even. 9 assists for the Jacks compared to 3 to Omaha. So there's a little update for you from the Go Jacks men's basketball from Twitter. 62-43 as the Jacks are beating UNO in the second half with about 10 minutes to go in that contest. So we're getting ready for the action here in the second half of our contest between the Sioux Valley Cossacks. They have 16 points. Coming up against the DeSmet Lady Bulldogs, they have 19 points. Again, the Lady Bulldogs are coming into this contest with an 11-3 record. Strong showing this year so far for the Lady Bulldogs. But also the Sioux Valley Cossack girls come into this game with a 10-4 record. So we'll see. They'll have pretty even records when it comes. We'll see who advances their record at this game's end. Rodden has the ball, so he passes it to Stevens over on the right wing. Stevens dribbles up to the top of the key, looks for Granum. Granum looks for the shot, puts up a little floater that was knocked out of bounds by Ostis. It'll be Sioux Valley basketball. Sioux Valley looks to inbounds the ball. It'll be Rodden who will be dictating from behind the baseline, behind their own basket. Stevens is open underneath, and she puts the ball up and in and good. 18-19, 7:40 to go. Ostis dribbles all the way down the court. She's fouled by Granum before she puts up her shot. Drew the contact and was able to get a foul. They get the ball underneath their own basket. Pass to Poppin. Poppin over to Blue, who's open from the right baseline for 3. Shot's no good. Rebound hits the back of Rachel Miller. They kick it back out to Ostis. Ostis moves into the paint, puts up a shot. It's no good. Gets her own rebound. Lindsay Stevens went up straight up, but they're going to, as Ostis took up her shot, went right up into her, and they're going to call her for the foul. Oh, they're going to call Rodden for the foul on the arm. That'll be a shooting foul for Ostis. Get a chance at a couple of free throws. First one's no good. Score is 18-19 with 7:24 to go. DeSmet looking to further that lead with the next free throw by Ostis. That one's no good. Rebound by Vincent. Vincent gets the ball to Rodden. Rodden has Granum open, passes it down low to Miller. Miller guarded by Wilkinson. Over to Granum, back to Rodden. Granum for 3. Shots off the mark. Rebound by Rodden. She puts the shot back up, but she's fouled. Good rebound by Rodden. Falls on Wilkinson. Her first foul. So Cassie Rodden will get a chance at a couple of free throws. First one's no good. Into the game is Reagan Burke for DeSmet. Blue will come out of the game. Rodden gets a chance to tie this game up with a free throw. Shots up, and it's good. So we got a tie ball game again, 19-19 with 7:07 to go. Full court press applied by Sioux Valley. Trap over in the corner on Ostis and Miller. She's able to get the ball to Wilkinson. Wilkinson finds Jensen over on the left baseline. Wilkinson has the ball back, dribbles all the way around, passes it to Burke, back out to Jensen. Jensen's going to dribble around over to the baseline. Shots off the mark. Rebound by Poppin. Poppin put her shot up, and her second shot up, and it was she was fouled by Granum. Fouls are starting to tally up for Sioux Valley here. Poppin's first free throw is up, and it's good. Gives them a 1-point lead, 20-19 with 6:48 to go. Her second free throw is up, and that one's good too. 1-point lead for DeSmet, 19-21. Rodden brings the ball quickly up the court, gets across the half-court line. Guarded by Wilkinson. Gets the ball to Granum, who's guarded by Ostis. Little lob pass to Stevens on the right wing. Over to Vincent. Vincent's going to drive around Jensen, put up a left-handed shot. It's no good. Rebound by Jensen. Jensen passes the ball to Ostis. Ostis running in transition. Jensen popping. Back to Ostis. Drives around the left. Shots blocked by Vincent. Goes out of bounds. It'll be DeSmet basketball. Raina Beck comes into the game for Wilkinson. Poppin will inbounds the ball for DeSmet. Gets it to Beck. Down low to Poppin. Poppin kicks it back out to Burke. Burke looking to move inside against Grantham to no avail. Ostis has the ball now. Sets it up the offense at the top. Gets it to Burke. Down low to Poppin. Poppin double teamed. Tries to get the ball to Jensen. Knocked away by Stevens. Ostis is able to find the ball and retrieve it and puts up a shot, and that's good. Makes the score 19-23. 4-point lead for DeSmet. Rodden gets the ball across the 10-second line, passes it to Stevens at the top of the key. Stevens sets up for a three-pointer, and it's good. 1-point game, 22-23. Lindsey Stevens having a game so far today. Burke to Beck, shots up, no good. Rebound by Stevens and Ostis. We got a jump ball. Possession arrows DeSmet's way. So it'll stay on this side of the ball, or this side of the court. DeSmet is on my left, and Sioux Valley is on our right for the second half. Pass out to Poppin, back to Ostis. Ostis looking for three, gets it down low to Poppin against Vincent. Shot's no good. Rebound by Stevens. Stevens is going to push it up the court. Gets it to Vincent for three from the left wing. That shot is good. 25-23. Sioux Valley leads for the first time in quite a while in this game. Beck's going to bring the ball up the court. Looking to trap. Stevens knocks the ball out of bounds. Beck tried to pass the ball to Jensen. Beck's going to inbound the ball. Try to get it to Ostis. Guarded by Rodden. Oh, almost 5 seconds there. Ostis has the ball. Looking to up the defensive pressure here. Beck down low. Guarded by Vincent. Ostis has the ball. Pass to Beck. Beck, an easy shot from about 7 feet. She was wide open as they were moving the ball around down low. Beck's going to cause some pressure here. Gets the ball to Grantham. Graham's going to cross the 10-second line, get the ball to Stevens. Stevens guarded by Poppin. Stevens goes around her, passes the ball to Miller. Miller to Vincent for three. Shots in and out. Rebound by Poppin. Poppin gets the ball to Ostis. Ostis dribbles down the court. Over on the right wing. Guarded by Rodden. Gets a pick from Wilkinson. Puts up a shot. That's no good. Rebound by Vincent. Vincent is going to push the ball up the court against Jensen. She puts up a running floater. No good. Rebound by Poppin. Score is tied up 25-25 with 3:56 to go. Burke drove into the lane, put up a wild shot, and she was fouled by Rachel Miller. And she was fouled by Vincent. Miller held up her hand like she was the one that caused the harm. Reagan Burke is at the free throw line, gets a chance at a couple of free throws here. First one's no good. Score is still tied, 25-25 with 3:54 to go. Blue checks back into the game for Jensen. Wilkinson in the game. Shot is up, and that one's good. 25-26, full court press applied by DeSmet. We got a timeout on the floor. As DeSmet kind of pulled that press out from nowhere.
30-second timeout.
It's only a 30-second timeout, so we'll keep it here. Bulk of the scoring's pretty even for DeSmet, as before it was Poppin, but now it's Rin Ostis has 2 points, Poppin has 2 points, Beck has 2 points, Burke has a point. And for Sioux Valley, Vincent has 3 points, Lindsey Stevens has 5 points, and Cassie Rodden has 1 point. So it's 25-26 here in the third quarter as we were winding down in our 30-second timeout here. As Coach Grantham wants to get the press offense set up here. The press breaker. See how things go here. Miller's going to inbounds the ball. Gets it to Rodden. Rodden She's going to get a pick from Miller. She dribbles around her, gets it across the 10-second line, is going to dribble up to the about the top of the key and set things up. Guarded closely by Beck. Puts the ball out to Granum. Granum drives into the lane, drives back out, gets the ball to Rodden. Gets the ball to Stevens. Stevens going to drive into the paint. She sees an open lane, looking to make a post move. She kicks it back out to Vincent for three, and that's good. 28-26, Sioux Valley takes the lead again. Blue has the ball on the left wing, gets it back out to Beck. Beck dribbles up to the top of the key, going to set up their offense. Probably see if they can get it down low to Poppin again. Burke passes it out to Poppin, guarded by Granum. Granum backs off a little bit, gets the ball to Wilkinson, who's guarded by Rodden. Over to Blue for three. And no, she's not for three. Thought she was going to take a shot. Beck drives into the paint, gets the shot out to Burke. Ball out to Burke. Wilkinson has the ball. 2 seconds on the shot clock. They're not going to get that shot off. Good defense from Sioux Valley. 28-26 with 2:46 to go. Jensen comes back into the game. Ostis is back in the game. Wilkinson, Blue, and Poppin for DeSmet. All 5 starters on the floor for Sioux Valley. Rodden has the ball. Gets it to Stevens. Stevens gets the ball down low to Vincent. Nice post play. Fouled by Jensen. Nice little drop step from Vincent. Drew the foul from Jensen. Vincent's first free throw is no good. 28-26, 2:32 to go in the third quarter. Vincent's going to get a chance to further their lead with their second free throw. Second one's up, and that one's good. Full court press applied by Cassie Rodden. Rodden and Miller closing in on Ostis. Ostis passes the ball to Wilkinson. Wilkinson sets up for three. Shot's no good. Rebound by Poppin. Back out to Wilkinson for three again. Rebound by Stevens. Stevens on the baseline looking for help. She gets it to Rodden. Rodden gets it to Vincent. Open from the left baseline for three. Shot's just off a little bit. Poppin is able to get the rebound. Gets it to Wilkinson. Wilkinson has it. Gets it to Ostis, who's going to set up the offense. Back to Wilkinson, guarded by Miller. Wilkinson's going to drive over to her right. Gives it to Jensen. Jensen's going to drive. A little bit of motion offense here. Gets it to Blue. Blue is about 5 feet away from the three-point line. She gets that back to Ostis. Ostis is driving into the paint. Puts up a little right-handed shot. No good. Poppin over the back ball. As she reached over Stevens to get that basketball. Stevens had good position. That's the first foul on Poppin. 29-26, 1:35 to go. We got a timeout on the floor. We'll take a timeout too. We'll be back in 1 minute. You're listening to Sioux Valley Basketball on B93.7. Back to the action here at the Cossack Center. DeSmet called the timeout, and they're still in the huddle, even though they've been told to break out already. It'll be Sioux Valley basketball underneath their own basket, as that foul was a non-shooting foul on Poppin. Miller tries to get the ball, looking to inbounds the ball. She passes it over the head of Rodden. Gets to Jensen. Jensen's shot is no good. Rebound by Miller. Miller to Granum. Granum looking to Rodden. Rodden's going to bring it across the floor. DeSmet's defense looking a little hectic here as they are moving up their man-to-man defense, trying to play some tight pressure defense here. Kind of the first we've seen that so far. Miller to Stevens to Rodden. The top of the key to Granum. Granum's going to move over to the right. Passes it back to Rodden, who's at the center. Tries to get it to Stevens. Stevens wasn't ready for the pass. She was setting the pick, but she still got it. Got it back out to Rodden. She's going to call a foul. Stevens got fouled somewhere in there by Wilkinson. Wilkinson's second foul of the game. It's a non-shooting foul. It'll be Sioux Valley basketball in front of their home court on the far side. Rodden has the ball, gets it to Granum. Granum set up for three. Got a flying Ostis, blocked by Poppin. But Granum was able to recover it. Down low to Miller, back out to Stevens for three. In and out, rebound by Poppin. Poppin gets the ball to Ostis. Ostis drives into the lane, gets it back out to Wilkinson. Wilkinson over to Blue. Blue drives into the paint. Looking to get the ball stolen away by Granum, but Blue was able to get it back. It was knocked away. It wasn't really stolen yet. Jensen has the ball. The top of the key, gets it to Ostis. Ostis drives into the paint, tries to get the ball down low to Poppin. She did. Poppin with a little turnaround hook, and that shot's good. 29-28, 10 seconds to go. Rodden looks up the clock and sees the urgency. Dribbles around. Gets a shot to Vincent. Gets the ball to Vincent. Vincent running shot in the lane. That shot's good! 31-28. Last second shot is good. So we're going into the fourth quarter. Sioux Valley leads DeSmet Lady Bulldogs by 3. We'll be back in 1 minute. You're listening to Sioux Valley basketball on B93.7. Back at the Cossack Center, your score in the matchup between the Sioux Valley Cossacks and the DeSmet Lady Bulldogs was 31-28 on a last-second shot from Mike and Vincent. Little runner in the lane, off the glass and in, gives the three-point lead to the Cossacks, and the Cossacks are able to start with the ball to start this fourth quarter. Rachel Miller will inbounds the ball to Stevens. Stevens guarded by Blue. Stevens gets it to Rodden. Going to set up the offense. Rodden gets the ball to Vincent. Ball was knocked away by Wilkinson. It goes out of bounds. It'll stay Sioux Valley basketball. DeSmet really upping the defensive pressure. You can see they're really getting into the faces of the Sioux Valley players. Contesting every pass. Vincent has the ball on the left baseline. Dribbled and picked it up. Rodden, the top of the key. Gets the ball to Granum. Tried to set a pick. Granum for three. It's good! Carly Granum starting to find the range here in the game. Gives the Cossacks a 6-point lead, 34-28, 7:25 to go. Ostis with the ball. Sioux Valley leads by 6 points. Poppin has the ball over on the right baseline. Dribbles once, passes it to Blue. Gets the ball, she dribbles around the free throw line. They're trying to close the distance here a little bit in low motion offense. Ostis has the ball on the right baseline, kicks it back out to Blue. Blue to Jensen. Jensen dribbles in, puts a little floater up and good from the left baseline. 34-30, 6:55 to go. Wilkinson, full court press applied on Rodden. Stevens with a nice pick. Rodden with a little floater was blocked by Poppin, and Poppin's able to corral that shot. 34-30, 6:40 to go. Ostis looking to drive into the lane, pulls up. Guarded by Rodden, looking to make a move. Moves over to Granum. Blue drives into the paint. Jensen has the ball now. Dribbles back out to the top. Coach Ostis shouting out instructions down there. Ostis takes the shot. It's no good. Rebound by Vincent. Knocked away by Poppin. That'll be Sioux Valley basketball. 6:14 to go. Sioux Valley has a 4-point lead, 34-30 in this defensive-minded game. Stevens has the ball. She's guarded by Blue. Stevens is going to dribble up the court, take the center, look to drive into the paint, kicks it back out to Granum. Granum with the pump fake, passes the ball over to Miller. Miller gets the ball to Rodden. Rodden's going to look to drive into the paint, pulls up a little bit. Setting up the offense here. Ball to Stevens. Miller's going to set a pick, thought wiser of it. Tried to pass it to Granum. Jensen's able to get the ball to Ostis. Ostis gets it down to Blue. Blue tried to get it to Pop and knocked away by Stevens. Granum is able to tie her up, and they're going to call a jump ball. It'll stay DeSmet basketball. Ostis will inbounds the ball underneath their own basket. Usually try to get the ball down low to Pop, and they get it down low to Jensen. Puts the shot up in, good. 34-32. Jen Jensen with that height, just able to grab the ball and not even bring it back down. Rodden drives into the paint, kicks it back out to Stevens for three. Shot's a little long, rebound by Poppin. Poppin gets it to Ostis. Ostis thought about driving, gets it back out to Burke. Burke to Poppin, to Jensen, to Ostis. Goes in between a couple of Sioux Valley folk and ties the ball game up. 34-34 with 5:06 to go. Got a timeout on the floor. We'll take a timeout too. We'll be back in 1 minute. You're listening to Sioux Valley basketball on B93.7. Back to the action here at the Cossack Center. We've got a tie ball game between Sioux Valley and DeSmet. Vincent has the ball over on the left baseline, drives, passes it down low to Miller. Miller passed it back out to Stevens. Stevens has it at the top of the key, drives into the paint, puts up a little floater. Shot's no good. As she was challenged by Burke, here's Jensen over on the right wing. Passes it back out to Ostis. They're going to slow things down, look for a lead here. Ostis is going to dribble in. Shot to Burke on the right baseline. Three-pointer's no good. Rebound by Stevens. Stevens challenged by Jensen. Stevens gets the ball to Rodden. Rodden gets the ball to Stevens for three. Shot's no good. Rebound by Graham and Poppin. Poppin had it. Graham for three. That's good! 37-34 with 4 minutes to go. Burke has the ball. She passes it to Ostis. Ostis dribbles to her left. Gets the ball to Jensen. Jensen, guarded by Granum, gets the ball out to Burke. Burke drives into the paint. Tries to put something up against Vincent. Vincent was just standing there. They're probably going to call a foul on her. That's her third foul of the game. Burke will get a chance at a couple of free throws. She's 1 for 2 so far today. The first free throw is up. And it's strong and no good. 37-34 with 3:45 to go. Blue's going to check back into this game for DeSmet for the shooter Burke. So she's going to have to wait a little bit. Second shot's up and good. Sioux Valley basketball, though. DeSmet again is in a press. Get the ball to Stevens. Stevens guarded by Blue. Stevens crosses the 10-second line. Drives into the paint. Gets the ball to Rodden. Rodden hands the ball off to Vincent. Vincent to Stevens. Stevens to Granum. Guarded by Ostis. Vincent drives into the lane. Pass to Miller. Puts a shot up in and good. She's fouled by Poppin. Rachel Miller has had a couple of open looks so far in this game, and that's the first one she took, and she was fouled. That's Kristen Poppin's second foul of the game. So the hoop and the harm goes to Rachel Miller. She'll get a chance to make a three-point play the old-fashioned way. Shot is up, and it's good. Rachel Miller coming in clutch with 3:22 to go, gives the Cossacks a 5-point lead. Back over on the right wing, gets it back out to Ostis. Ostis guarded by Rodden. Switch over to Granum. Beck has the ball now. Beck gets it to Blue. Tries to drive into the paint. Gets it back out to Beck. Beck dribbles all the way over to the right wing. Granum giving her plenty of distance. Ball to Blue. Trying to get the ball down low to Poppin. Poppin shot blocked by Vincent. Coach Ostis doesn't agree. Stevens has the ball. She might be looking to go coast to coast. Passes it to Rodden. Rodden drives into the paint. Poppin on the ground. They call her with a travel. Turnover to DeSmet. They're able to have it. Poppin had the ball and off of Rodden's missed shot. 5-point lead for Sioux Valley. 2:42 to go. 40-35 is your score. Coming out of the inbounds play. Stevens is wide open underneath the basket. She puts the shot up and in. Good. Inbounds play works like magic. Gives them a 7-point lead for Sioux Valley. Blue has the ball at the top of the key. Guarded by Granum. Blue trying to get the ball down low to Poppin. Poppin finds Beck. Beck can't handle the pass. Guarded by Stevens. Down low to Ostis. Wild shot. Rebound by Granum. Granum passes it back to Rodden, and it goes off her hand and out of bounds. It'll be DeSmet basketball. Turnover, Sioux Valley. Jensen will check back into the game. A little more height back into the game here. Ostis will inbounds the ball. Gets it out to Poppin. And call a foul down low on Rachel Miller. Called holding on her. I didn't see what happened down low. They were battling though. Miller has a look of general bewilderment on her face as she's not really quite sure what she did. Shot back out. Pass back out to Poppin. To Ostis to Blue. Blue's going to dribble up. Look for help. Gets it to Wilkinson's. Knocked away by Miller. Wilkinson drives into the lane against Vincent. I think they're going to call a foul on Miller. Two quick fouls from Rachel Miller in this game. It'll be a shooting foul or a 1-and-1, as that's the 7th foul, so they're in the bonus. Wilkinson will get a chance with 2:02 to go to lessen the lead from Sioux Valley. Her free throw is good, so she'll get a chance at another one. 42-36, Sioux Valley leads by 6 over the Lady Bulldogs of DeSmet. Second free throw is good. Lead by 5. Ball's into Rodden. They double team her. Gets the ball back to Miller. Miller tries to get the ball down to Stevens. It's knocked away. Stevens is able to get it, and she's tied up with Jensen. It'll stay Sioux Valley basketball. Dangerous pass from Rachel Miller. But it'll stay Sioux Valley basketball. Miller will inbounds the ball to Stevens. Stevens looking to Vincent, who came around the back, guarded by Jensen. Ball's back out to Rodden. Again, your score with 1:46 to go is 42-37. Hand off to Stevens. Looks up at the shot clock. Hand off to Rodden. Looks up at the shot clock. Pass to Granum. Granum to Stevens. 5 seconds to go. Stevens going to drive into the paint. Puts up a left-handed shot. It's no good, but she is fouled. On the shot. She put up a wild shot and was able to get... Coach Doss is getting a little excited over there. So Lindsey Stevens is going to get a chance at a couple of free throws here. Coach Doss has disagreed with the call, and that's his right to do so. Lindsey Stevens makes her first free throw. 43-37, 1:28 to go. Lead is 6 for Sioux Valley. Second shot is strong. Rebound by Jensen. Jensen's going to get the ball to Blue. Blue has the ball. Passes it to Ostis. Ostis looking to drive into the paint. Tried to get it to Poppin. Poppin's guarded. Three-pointer from Blue is no good. Long rebound. Scramble on the floor. Wilkinson got it, and Granum fouled her. It's Carly Granum's third foul of the game. Wilkinson will get a chance at a couple of, or at least one free throw. She made both of her free throws on the 1-and-1 earlier. We'll see how she does in this one. She makes the first half. 43-38. Sioux Valley still leads with 1:12 to go. It's a 5-point lead so far. Could be down to 4 with Wilkinson's second free throw. It's up and good. Full court press now. Stevens with the ball. Double teamed. We got a timeout on the floor. Coach Granum called a timeout, so we'll take a timeout too. We'll be back. We'll see if we'll be back. If it's a full timeout, we'll take a break. Actually, we're going to stay here then. It's a 30-second timeout. Don't want to miss any action here at the end of the game with a 4-point lead, 43-39. Bryn Ostis has 4 points. Kristen Poppin has 4 points. Autumn Wilkinson has 4 points. Gianna Jensen has 4 points. Raina Beck has 2, and Reagan Burke has 2 for DeSmet. Cassie Rodden has 1 point. Lindsey Stevens has 7 points, or 8 points rather. Carly Granum has 6. Mike and Vincent has 9 points, and Rachel Miller has 3 points to round out the scoring for Sioux Valley. Well, Lindsey Stevens has that many points in the second half, 8 points. So that'll give her 17 so far in the game. It'll be Sioux Valley basketball. There's 31 seconds on the shot clock. Rachel Miller will inbounds the ball to Stevens. Stevens is going to dribble through the press. Gets around Blue, gets around the 10-second clock. She's going to be triple teamed, and she's going to be fouled. By Rin Ostis. That's her third foul of the game. They're in the bonus. So Lindsey Stevens will get a chance at a couple of, or one free throw at least. First one's up and in and good. See how the second free throw goes. I don't know what's going on out there in the court. Somebody's bleeding, maybe? I don't know. Maybe she lost. I don't know what's happening, but everybody was kind of rubbing their arms and looking at each other, looking for something. I don't know what was going on. Lindsey Stevens, second free throw is up, and it's good. 45-39, 1:01 to go. Rin Ostis is going to push the ball up the court. Gets the ball out to Wilkinson for three. In and out. Rebound by Poppin. Puts the ball up. It's no good. Fouled by Stevens. .52 seconds to go. It's 45-39. Kristen Poppin will get a chance at a couple of free throws, as that was a shooting foul. First shot's up and good. Second free throw is up from Poppin, and that's good. Makes the score a 4-point game. We got a timeout on the floor. We'll take a timeout too. We'll be back in 1 minute. You're listening to Sioux Valley Basketball on B93.7. And out of the timeout here at the Cossack Center, the Sioux Valley girls lead the DeSmet Lady Bulldogs 45-41 with 52 seconds to go. DeSmet is in a full court press. Stevens has the ball, passes it to Vincent. Vincent looking to get the ball across the 10-second line. He's guarded by Blue. Got another timeout. And that's his full timeout, so we'll take a timeout too. We'll be back in a minute. You're listening to Sioux Valley Basketball on B93.7. And out of the timeout, Rachel Miller will inbounds the ball. Finds Granum. Granum's going to dribble over to the right. Be fouled on a pushing foul by Wilkinson. She'll get a chance at a couple of free throws. Wilkinson's third foul of the game. Granum gets a chance to shoot a couple of free throws, or at least one. Not quite the double bonus yet. Granum's first free throw's up. No good. Rebound by Pop and knocked it out of bounds. It'll stay Sioux Valley basketball. Sioux Valley's going to set up underneath their own basket. Rodden will do the honors. Lindsay, Stevens. Well, they figured out that play, so Stevens usually has been open underneath the basket. So Granum's going to dribble out. Try to pass it to Stevens. Knocked away by Blue, but Stevens dribbling around is fouled by Blue. It'll be Kenzie Blue's second foul for DeSmet. Lindsay Stevens will get a chance to further the lead for Sioux Valley. The lead is 4 points. It's 45-41. Sioux Valley leads. Free throw's no good. Rebound by Poppin. They're going to push the ball up the court with only 30 seconds to go. They don't need a three-pointer. They could have a couple of possessions here if they wanted, if they shoot quickly, but they are dribbling around. Here's Burke for three. Ball's in and out, no good. Rebound by Blue. Shot's no good. Put back up by Poppin, and that's good. 45-43, 15 seconds to go. Got a timeout on the floor. So we'll take a timeout too. We'll be back in 1 minute. You're listening to Sioux Valley Basketball on B93.7. Back to the action here at Sioux Valley. It's about as close as you can get. Lindsay Stevens has the ball, crosses the 10-second line, and she gets the ball to Mike and Vincent, who is fouled by Wilkinson. I think. Well, we're going to call Ostis, and that's her 4th foul of the game. Vincent, that puts the double bonus, so Vincent will get a chance at 2 free throws. First shot's up, and that's good. 3-point lead for Sioux Valley Cossacks, because 46-43. About as close to a game as you can have down to the wire here with 8.3 seconds to go. Vincent's shot, free throw, is pretty crucial here, and that's good. So 2 scores needed from DeSmet, 7 seconds to go, 47-43. They're going to let Ostis take the 2-pointer, uncontested. That shot's up and in, and good, but that's your ball game. 47-45 in a hard-fought game here at the Cossack Center. We'll be back in 2 minutes. You're listening to Sioux Valley Basketball on B93.7.